Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Barnes in at the 3. And for the Knicks, Anthony out there with Otto Porter Jr. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard.
Boy, when you look back on Russell Westbrook's career, the athleticism at the point guard position, borderline absurd. The power, the speed with which he moves on the floor, boy, you just don't see it that consistently.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Kennard kicks to Dinwiddie. Robinson for 3. Griffin grabs the board. And with Westbrook and his elite athleticism, Doris, it can be seen in his great statistics.
Well, you don't average 30 points a game in the NBA unless you can absolutely blow past defenders like Russell Westbrook. Gosh, the strength in his legs allows him to fight for rebounds. He is so productive from the point guard position. It's extraordinary.
Shot clock at 6. Back to Dinwiddie. A 3 ball. The Thunder pull it in. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Dinwiddie with the steal. Pass to Kennard. Outside Robinson. Passes it to Carmelo. And yes, it's good.
So just such a high percentage look. But with Melo, it's almost just a given. Tough to stop.
Thunder passes to McGee. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Westbrook. McGee trying to break free. And he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got his second bucket of the game to go. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Robinson kicks to Anthony. From outside, off the mark.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start. Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
5 on the clock. Dinwiddie wide open. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Well, the coaching staff encourages Dinwiddie to take these shots. He is so dangerous on the catch and shoot.
Here's Westbrook, and it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Here's Kennard. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebound.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And then for Oklahoma City, Nerlens Noel checks in for JaVale McGee. Aaron Holiday comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And Raul Neto subbed in for Russell Westbrook. There at the pass to Cornette. On kicks to Turner. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Griffin. Coming off a terrific season. Last year averaging 24 points per, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Here's Griffin. Good on the baseline J. Griffin's got his second basket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Cornette. And it's Noel with the rebound. On offense, here are the Thunder. They're on a 13-5 run here. And then Griffin with the dunk.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Turner kicks to Cornette. Here's Barrett. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
Outside Holiday. And the pass to Griffin. Here's Neto. This one for 3. No good on that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Thunder lead by 8. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Turner is out there with Lehman. Then there's Brown. Then it's Barrett. And it's Cornette in at the center position. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably 2 guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great example.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Anthony's checked in for Jake Layman, and Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Evan Turner. Pass to Anthony. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
It's blocked. Here's Dinwiddie. And the Knicks miss again.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And slam dunk by Noel.
Oh, Kev, love the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
Dinwiddie with it. Westbrook picks him up. And there's the defensive 3-second call. New York shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
Porter against Barnes. Dinwiddie kicks to Cornette. New York needs to get off a shot. The 3 from Anthony. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Back to Dinwiddie. Anthony down low. He's covered by Noel. Here's Porter. Second shot opportunity. And that's 2 points on the layup. Porter's got it back down to within single digits for New York.
Well, the motor is on full display right now for Otto Porter. He is getting after it on the glass.
Anthony against Barnes. Shoots the three. Oklahoma City the rebound. And he comes up with the deuce. McGee's got his first bucket of the night.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's Anthony. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Anthony's got 6.
Boy, Melo has made a name for himself with his mid-range game, and you can see why right there.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Robinson's checked in for Luke Cornett. Jake Layman comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Turner's subbed in for Dinwiddie. Aaron Holiday is checked in for Oklahoma City. Raul Neto comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
You know, you think back to the history of players in the NBA and who can match up to the intensity of Russell Westbrook. This guy goes full speed, 100% every second he's on the floor. And regardless of how you rate Westbrook, you have got to admire what he brings nightly.
Shots good by Kennard.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Holiday, the pass to McGee. Outside Westbrook. Shoots over Turner, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
He kicks to Porter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Now, Otto Porter is a master at drawing contact on shots just like that.
It's his first trip to the line.
And last season he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Neto to the right side. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's Oklahoma City. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They have an 8-point lead. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Taking a look at the Thunder. They've got Griffin. Russell Westbrook out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Schroeder. T right on him. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
Out of bounds.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans after trading away Porzingis. They were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Here's Anthony, and that one hits back iron.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Back to Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
How about that? He made no mistake on that one.
The Thunder leading by 4. Westbrook passes to Griffin. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Just 5 to shoot. Robinson. And Robinson throws it down hard.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Knicks trail by 4. Here's Anthony, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, and now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for the Knicks. There it comes in for Luke Kennard. Here's Barnes. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Anthony. Over Barnes. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll head home and take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. First free throw is good. A different look for New York. Jake Layman's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Turner comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Brown in for Dinwiddie. Then for the Thunder, Ferguson's checked in for JaVale McGee. Aaron Holiday comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And Raul Neto subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Holiday, and Layman pulls it down.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. So it'll be R.J. Barrett shooting. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. The Knicks have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Wow, look at the way the big man Noel set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Outside Turner. Takes it from 10. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. And the big contract for Evan Turner entering its final year. Greg making over $18 million. Is he in line for a raise, you think?
Maybe not a raise, but he still remains a useful player. Never the most efficient scorer, but his rebounding and passing are what carry him.
Here's Neto. Turner covering. Neto, the pass to Noel. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Well, this is where Noel is going to be difficult to guard in the pick and roll. Huge target rolling to the rim.
Barrett, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Ferguson. It's rebounded by New York. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Turner passes to Barrett. Here's Cornette. He's covered by Noel. Chalk up 2 there. Cornette's got the game tied up here for the Knicks. Now here's Barnes. Fires for 3. No good. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Kennard, Otto Porter Jr. out there with Robinson. Then there's Brown, and it's Barrett at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now.
I'll tell you, that's the lift that Barnes gets on that jump shot. Really difficult to contest that.
Pass to Kennard. That shot missing. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Neto. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Holiday gets the bucket.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Time now for an injury report. Now for an update on Blake Griffin's injury. Let's go to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for the Thunder. He told me it's a sprained elbow. Now, they put some ice on it, and they're hoping that he doesn't have any inflammation. He's definitely out for the rest of tonight, and he'll probably need some recovery time beyond that. Guys, back to you.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
So for the Knicks, Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Barrett, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Brown. And then for Oklahoma City, Dennis Schroeder comes in for Aaron Holiday. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raul Neto. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Here's Dinwiddie. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Here's Dinwiddie. Anthony trying to get open. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Dinwiddie.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Schroeder outside. McGee dishes to Schroeder. Robinson with the block. Porter against Barnes. And Robinson throws it down home.
Boy, Otto Porter with the pretty delivery. That's nice.
And here's Schroeder. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. And it's McGee with the jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. Count it, good. And 12 points for Carmelo Anthony.
There's not a doubt in the building who they were going to look for the score, and that's Carmelo Anthony delivering again.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Count it, 16 points for Russell Westbrook.
Wow. You know the ball is going in when Russell Westbrook steps into these moments. Just so adept at hitting big shots.
A shot by Anthony, no good. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Schroeder. Kennard with the rebound. New York trailing. And a fast break now for New York. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Well, you've got to be comfortable in the big-time moments when the game is in the balance. And Spencer Dinwiddie, salute to you, sir.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Thunder. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Second chance shot. It's good.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Aaron Holiday is checked in for Noel.
Boy, once he gets the ball in that close, you've already lost. Anthony will find a way to hurt you.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Here's Oklahoma City now. It's a one-point game. Westbrook with it. And beyond the arc, they get it back. McGee, some solid defense from Robinson. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. 23 seconds left in the fourth. .23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Down low, here's Anthony. Passes it to Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. McGee with the block. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They lead by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
The 7th overall selection back in 2012, Barnes was taken 1 pick after Dame Lillard, 2 picks before Andre Drummond. Incredible draft class.
So a close game sees Oklahoma. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Trae Young is out there at Terrence Ross. Then it's Clint Capella. Then it's Wiggins. And it's Labissiere in at the 4 spot. And for Utah, Conley out there at Bledsoe. Then it's Collins. Then it's Aaron Baines. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot. Opening day, Steve, for some teams it's a fresh start, and for others it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think that those teams that came very close to maybe winning a championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry, and those are the organization. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
That one goes. Count it.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Young against Bledsoe. Rebound by the Hawks.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And it's Wiggins missing. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Conley with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City.
Finding a man wide open, Mike Conley does an exceptional job of leading this team.
Bledsoe against Young. Wiggins kicks to Young. 6 to shoot. Over Bledsoe. Atlanta gets it back. Capella misses the layup.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Pass to Collins. Over Young. Misses off the left iron. Hawks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Ross finds Wiggins. Young outside, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
All right, a chance to see stats for Conley. Great showing for him last season. Last season put up about 21 points a game, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yes, night in and night out, he's their go-to option. He accepts that responsibility and thrives at it.
Now here's Conley. Ross with the steal. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Wiggins outside on the wing. That one drops for him. And this game is tied up now.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks, the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
Here's Collins, and the layup is good.
Keeping that play alive. Anytime a shot goes up, Collins is going to compete for it.
Young passes to Capella. Young taking his time here. Stolen by Collins. Pass to Bogdanovich. Over Wiggins. Bogdanovich, no luck. And Coach Pierce works as an assistant general manager in the offseason. Steve able to learn that side of things and have a voice in acquisition.
That's very important. They are building something special in Atlanta. He's going to play a big role in that as well. The one thing you can say about the Hawks, they have drafted well over the past few seasons. Stole John Collins at pick 19, traded back for Trae Young, and the Herter selection. The rebuild may not be long in Atlanta.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Then for the Hawks, Hayes, he's checked in for Capella. Kyle Anderson comes in for Labissiere. And it's Aminu in for Ross. Off the inbound, and the layup good by Batum. And Steve, the Hawks not only identify talent, they identify guys who will excel in their established system.
And that system is finding value with shooters. They also look for guys who bring the energy and also bring the effort. The size of the player isn't as important as the heart.
Here's Batum following the basket by Trae Young. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And the versatile wing, Nick Batum, wants a do-it-all scorer, but Greg, he's started to take less of an active role in offenses lately.
And Batum has been asked to do less volume scoring, but it's helped his efficiency as a player. Now past 30 years of age, you can see his role on teams being similar to that of Andre Iguodala as he ages in the league.
And that one's good. Wiggins. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 1. For Utah, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And that one misses. Tries a 3 off the inbound. A good close contest so far as we finish. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my...
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Giles is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's Moutier. Then there's Batum. And it's Niang in at the small forward. That's the group right now for Utah. Now Wiggins following the miss by Emmanuel Moutier from deep. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The 6'9" Kyle Anderson has a 7'3" wingspan. A big asset defensively. Not the most athletic, but he racks up blocks and steals.
For Atlanta, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
You saw the talent from day one in Summer League. Anderson's one of those guys who can really get it done in a lot of different areas.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Atlanta. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. And you look at Anderson, he likes playing with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he has good ball.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Moutier against Young. Moutier kicks to Batum. Utah the rebound. And the shot goes down. Giles has got 6 here in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. The Hawks leading by 3. It's Young on the wing. There's the pass to Dedmon. Kicks it to Wiggins. Dedmon trying to break free. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 13 points.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Amazing story for Dwayne Dedmon. Didn't play organized basketball until he was 18, undrafted out of USC, but his talent has won out.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Ross comes in for Andrew Wiggins. Collins passes to Baines. Nice ball movement by Utah. Back to Bledsoe. Outside Conley. Jacks up a three. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Conley's got himself on the board with 3 there. And he may have picked up the game late, but Dedmon is making up for lost time.
What I like, he's improved his hands and decision making. Even added a three-point shot the last couple of years. You can tell he's putting the work in.
Shot clock at 5. Shots good from Young.
This offense just continues to impress.
Jazz trail by 4. Bounce pass Conley. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. No good from outside.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Young with no one around. And it's off the back rim. No good. Utah's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Hayes, he's checked in for the Hawks. Aminu comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Baines dishes to Conley. Bledsoe outside. 5 to shoot. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Bogdanovich. Utah getting another chance here. Shot by Collins, no good.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Young in the corner. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Atlanta.
It just looks like it's going in every time. Maybe because we've already seen Trey do this so many times.
Ross with the steal. There's 37 seconds left now here in the second. Hayes trying to break free. Ross, that's good. Ross has got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks. And so it's so with bringing it up for the Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Passes it to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Conley kicks to Bledsoe. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Here is Ross. Here's Hayes. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
What I like about Collins defensively, he understands where he needs to be.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He had 13 points and 1 rebound. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Wiggins is out there with Labissiere. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then it's Young. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint.
They may not get the spotlight, but the Utah Jazz are one of the best run teams in the NBA. They're run as a legacy trust. That means every dime of profit goes back into the team.
And here's Conley outside. They grab their own miss. Baines finds Bledsoe. True on the 14-footer.
This is what you do when your opponents try to take away the 3 and the painted area.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Steve, you were talking about the reinvestment for the Jazz. An upgraded arena, new practice facility.
Necessary moves, you know this, to stay competitive. The Jazz fans love their team, and they're showing that commitment in return.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group. Gary Giles is checked in for Aaron Baines. Ilyasova comes in for Collins. George Niang, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Then for the Hawks, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Capella. Terrence Anderson in for Terrence Ross. Bledsoe passes to Giles. He kicks it to Mudiay. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Atlanta leading by 9. Young passes to Labissiere. Wiggins up top, defended by Ilyasova. A second chance effort, and it's laid in by Labissiere.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Bledsoe against Young. And there's Labissiere. That's good on the assist from Young. Labissiere's got the lead up to 11 now for Atlanta. Smitty Snyder, also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
And Young, here we go, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 14.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Bledsoe passes to Giles. Pass to Mudiay. With the floater, and it's good on the layup. He's got 6.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Young with the ball. Eric Bledsoe covering. Anderson outside. He's feeling it. Again, the Hawks score.
This is how you compensate for being 6'2". Trae Young sets his feet and gets it off quickly.
Mudiay pass to Giles. Bledsoe kicks to Mudiay. Right at the free throw line, and too long on the shot.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Pass to Young. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Giles. Jazz trail by 11. Bledsoe left side. Fires the 3. No good there. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks holding on to an 11-point cushion. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. John Collins is out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Aaron Baines. Then there's Batum, and it's Conley in at the 1. It's the group right now for Utah. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And that sends Al Farouk Aminu to the free throw line. Michael Conley picks one up. The Kobe Bryant said that growing up in Italy gave him a huge advantage learning the fundamentals and the tactics of the game. Do you think Europe's better at developing players than the United States?
No, I don't think they're better. I do think their system at times for certain players, they get into a system of working on their game. And I wouldn't just say fundamentals from an early age. And a lot of those guys are being able to practice with pros at an early age. I think it comes down to individuals. And also I think a lot of these parents and kids, you have to understand it starts off with making a layup versus making it a three. So I don't think that Europe is doing it better. I just think a lot of times right now we're looking at some of those European players and they're coming over ready to play from day one versus some other players.
But 2 dishes to Collins, and it's good for 2.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And when you think about some of the most entertaining Hawks teams, my mind always goes to the human highlight film.
Reason why he was a 9-time All-Star, NBA scoring champion, had some legendary matchups against Larry Bird and Chuck Person, to name a few. One of the most electrifying players in the history of the game.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Nicholas Batum. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
The pass to Bogdanovich. Off target from three-point range. The Hawks leading by 11. Young drives in. That shot off the mark. Bledsoe with the defensive effort. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Ross with the steal. 14 feet away. Young's shot is off. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Jazz. Right side, Conley. Unloads from 9. Rebounded by the Hawks. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Ross. Makes it off the glass. Ross has got the lead up to 13 now for Atlanta.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Aminu, no one around him. His 3-pointers off the mark for the Jazz. This one's not looking good. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. It's Young on the wing. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
This kid knows when to shoot, when to drive, and when to kick. Trae Young has been out of this world tonight.
Bledsoe passes to Collins. Here's Baines. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 8 rebounds in this game.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hawks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with 1 left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Trae Young.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
5 on the clock. Another miss by Young.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. 24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Kicks to Moutier. Passes to Batum. 6 to shoot. Outside, Davis. Back to Moutier. Over Daniels. That's good from Moutier on the assist by Davis. 7 seconds left in the game. And here is Lee. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. Kings. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Kent Bazemore is out there with Sabonis. And it's Bamba in at the 5 down low. Clock at 6. The Kings need to get off a shot here. There's Sabonis, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Looking at tonight's matchup, Chris, it's fun to watch upstart teams. Teams that are on the move, ascending with a lot of youth as a part of that success.
You know what? I love watching these young teams. As long as you have a GM, an organization, a president of basketball operations that explains to the fans, listen, we're going to have a little bit of growing pains, but while you watch these guys play, they're going to have
They're going to have chemistry, and they're going to play for you guys, the fans. It's easier to settle in and say, wait a minute, look at the potential in this guy. Look at how much this kid has grown in the beginning of the season to after the season. And so I love young teams, and with this influx of young players coming in, it's going to be fun watching some of these teams grow and get over the hurdle and then ultimately become champions.
Great perspective. Hayward outside. And Bamba pulls it down.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Now the pass to going up. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Misses off the right eye.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
Here's the floater, and Bogdanovich lays it in.
And you can see the comfortable level Bogdanovich has. I mean, close to the rim, he knows he has the touch.
And Gallinari kicks to Hayward. Gallinari down low, defended by Sabonis. Gallinari passes to Thompson. Here's Clarkson. Tries again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Now, we've all seen this guy's development. Thompson has proven to be a valuable role player. He's exceptional in tracking down rebounds. More than capable defender.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011. Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Hayward outside. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Back to Clarkson. Gallinari trying to get open. A three-pointer is right on target.
No, Clarkson loves to drive, but he's also improving from distance.
And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians, but as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
Here's Clarkson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Going to the free throw line will be Clarkson. Confident move there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
A year ago, he had 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. This is a debate. Three-pointer. The Cavaliers pull it in.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Clarkson. It's tipped. Here is Davis on the wing. Lamb. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's speed.
He spots up so well off the ball. Lamb. Excellent all-around jump shot.
Kicks to Brown. Davis against Clarkson. Just the none. Now Thompson. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game. But you can see why after that sequence.
Launches it. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist from Peyton. 6 points for Jeremy Lamb.
The work Lamb has put into this part of his game is evident. Getting better at sniping from deep.
Got a hand on it. Peyton passes to Davis. Puts it up from 12. Wood. That shot misses. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Thompson gets it to go.
Thompson is a super confident guy, prepared to shoot immediately off the pass.
Lamb against Brown. Lamb with the ball from deep three-point range. It's all time in Sacramento. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
They've got Peyton. Sean Holmes out there with Wood. That's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Davis in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. None. That's good.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
Yeah, Greg, it's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
And Lamb kicks to Peyton. On the wing, Davis, guarded by Harris. Fires from 14. Thompson with the rebound. Cavaliers leading. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Nunn. He has 5. And here's Tice. Brown outside. They get it again. Thompson. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Look, Thompson's getting after it. A highly skilled offensive rebounder who crashes with power.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Most teams now look to run early and often, Chris. And there are some keys to finding success, aren't there?
Yeah, and the first key is you run fast and you speed up the pace, but that doesn't mean you hurry and take a hurried shot. Pacing and speed is all about getting it past half court to see if the defense is set, and if they're not, to take advantage. But it's a 2-step process. And for teams to just run all crazy or willy-nilly like my grandfather used to say, well, you're not going to do anything but play fast and bad.
Gallinari right side. Back to Bradley. He doesn't hit that one. So the Kings will take it the other way. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
And guys, these teams don't see each other too often, but last year they would have liked to see a little bit more of them, the way they were able to take care of their business.
Bazemore for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter.
I don't think the D does good enough here. But something causes the miss.
A pass to Fox. That one rolling around and rims out. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Gallinari passes to Bradley. Hayward with the ball. Inside. And it's Gallinari missing. The Kings trailing. Now Bazemore. He had 15 points last outing. And stolen by Hayward. 5-on-3 break. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Here's Fox. Here's Bamba. And they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And an excellent rebounder who's great at positioning himself. Bamba excels at beating everyone to the spot.
The Kings shooting their first free throw tonight.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Sabonis, he's checked in for Washington. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Kent Bazemore. Davis is subbed in for Bogdanovich. Here's Nunn. From the left block, he sends it through. Nunn's got 7 points. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Davis dishes to Fox. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
Oh, look at this. Amazing how he maintains control despite getting roughed up a little.
Nunn passes to Tice. He kicks it to Clarkson. A three-pointer, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Fox. It's rebounded by Cleveland. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the third of 7 straight on the road.
Changing ends. I mean, Clarkson's speed can be hard to match up with.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie, the first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Cavaliers shooting well. They're at 45%. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Hayward out there with Gallinari. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Tristan Thompson. And it's Bradley in at the point. And what just drops your jaw, Chris, with Fox is just how quick he gets up and down the floor.
Yeah, he's an absolute bullet once he gets out in transition. A good amount of his points come from just beating everyone else down the floor when he pushes the tempo.
Here's Bamba. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Hayward. Offensive rebound, and he gets the bucket. Clarkson's got the first bucket of the third here for Cleveland.
This is why you like the size in the backcourt, if you can get it. I mean, Clarkson able to take the hit and complete the play.
Fox, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Back to Clarkson. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Look, right there, the defense overcommits. Hayward with good awareness finds the open man.
Guys are looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bamba's shot is off.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and not playing with much intensity.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
Bradley passes to Thompson. The dish to Clarkson. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Clarkson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Cavs.
Good lift on the jump shot from Clarkson. He has some explosiveness off the floor.
Timeout called by the Kings. Chris, are there specific types of plays where you feel the whistle gets blown maybe a little too often and a little too early?
Well, sometimes for a guard, when he's defending the guard and the pick and roll comes and he fights through that pick, and as a guard, offensive player, I can stop and let you bump into me and shoot the ball. I think the refs just have to be smart with it. Sometimes it's a foul, but every time it's not, just because of the situation or the flop. And also, you just don't want players to be bailed out when the defender is in a good position. But that's what makes the game so great, is the fact that as an offensive player, you got to try to manipulate and find out where you can sneak yourself in the gray areas of the rules. And as a defensive player, how can you use your skill, your will, and then your IQ not to get caught with your hand in the cookie jar?
Rashawn Holmes is checked in for Bamba. Christian Wood comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And it's Peyton in for De'Aaron Fox. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Harris is checked in. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field.
Bogdanovich, and there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
No excuse for not boxing out Bogdanovich. He'll torch you for that mistake more often than not.
Bradley kicks to Gallinari. Lays it up off the glass. Gallinari's got his second bucket.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Holmes passes to Bogdanovich, and Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for the Kings. Davis comes in for Bogdanovich. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Holmes kicks to Lamb. Just 5 to shoot, and there's the pass to Wood. Here's Payton, and the 3 off target. Cleveland leading by 6.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vlade in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent. They kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
Outside, Lamb. Outside for Davis. Payton outside for the 3. It's rebounded by Tice.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Yep, it counts. And it's an 8-point Cleveland lead.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Brown. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Harris up top. Over Davis. It's rebounded by Payton.
Their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Holmes.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating, because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Cavaliers lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick, because I love this pass. A great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Jeremy Lamb. Davis is out there with Fox. Then it's Sabonis, and it's Holmes in at the center. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Bounce pass Davis. Now here's Sabonis, defended by Tice. Sabonis, the pass to Lamb. Looking it over. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, you see the improvement. Fox really shoots with such confidence and precision from deep now.
None passes to Brown. From outside the arc. Kept alive. Tice kicks to Clarkson. Pass to Brown. Second chance shot. But they recover it. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Timeout called by the Kings. You gotta like what Jordan Clarkson has done in this game.
He's been a thorn in their side all game. They'll probably use this timeout to change up their D. The system they're in now, it just isn't getting it done.
Changes for Sacramento. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Ken Bazemore comes in for Lamb. And it's Bogdanovich in for Davis. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Luke Walton was saying to the team. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. And see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
Gallinari banked in on the and now a 7-point Cavalier lead.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Fox. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
The defense can't do anything about that. I mean, sometimes Fox just beats you with better offense.
Clarkson against Bogdanovich. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And now Sacramento on the break. Bamba wide open and he fires. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Hayward passes to Brantley. Shoots over Bazemore. Shot clock. He says for the Cavaliers. And Thompson gets it to go.
This is where Thompson feels comfortable. Shooting very close to the rim. He's efficient.
Fox with it. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Here's Bamba. The baseline jumper goes down.
He's showing he wants to be the man. Bamba has the hunger to step up in those big moments.
Clarkson surveying the floor. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication. So calm and collected in the big spots. Fox, he relishes being the guy to take shots for the team.
Sabonis against Clarkson. Sabonis trying to get open. Lets it go from deep. Shot's good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got the lead up to 8 now for Cleveland. Oh, and he quieted down the crowd with that shot. Big play.
And that was a punch in the gut to those fans.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 8. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Jordan Clarkson.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Here's Fox. Here's Holmes. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Exum dishes to Mahimi, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Alex Len picks one up. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. No luck that time either. Here's White. Count it.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 7. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Really curious to see what their strategy is at this point. You can't afford any wasted possessions.
Here's Washington. Good.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. Well, they certainly can. Well done, DA. Thank you. Got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Young.
Defensively, he's really stepped it up over the past few months. You can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Red Van Vliet out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4 spot. And for the 76ers. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Fertile is out there with Horford. And it's Osman in at the 3. Fade away. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Count that one from Van Vliet. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Over to the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Van Vliet. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Up and in on the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Now here's Simmons, covered by Van Vliet. Hit the teardrop. No good from Simmons. For San Antonio, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you know, guys, the Spurs team dinners, the stuff of legends, just building camaraderie and getting to know one another and being orchestrated with care by head coach Greg Popovich. They enjoyed the finest restaurants and great food and drink, but the fellowship and camaraderie, probably the most important part of those dinner gatherings.
And here is Van Vliet. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hernan Gomez. Here's Gobert. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Clark, the act of getting dinner, sitting down to a meal. As a team, it brings people together.
It really does, guys, and I can't overstate it. When you get a chance to know your teammates off the court, it adds to your ability to play for them on the court. It can't always be just about grind, grind, grind. There has to be some compassion, some caring, some understanding. And sometimes the best places to do that are at restaurants with good food and good drink.
And Pirtle sends it back.
Wonderful anticipation that time from Pirtle, positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
Simmons, that one falls. Simmons got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there. How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Williams, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Young comes in for Al Horford. Crowder, he's checked in for Jetty Osman. And Alec Burks subbed in for Richardson. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Madu, he's checked in for Gobert. Korkmaz comes in for Hernan Gomez. Walker's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Fred VanVleet. Pass to Forbes. Shot clock at 6. Back to Korkmaz. Leonard finds Walker. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Burks cleaning it up now for the 76ers. Trailing by 2. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And it's all evened up.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The pass to Minu. Burks against Walker. Young with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The 76ers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
The 76ers making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Forbes. Over Robinson. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Now, here's Burks. 1 second left, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. One. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he grabbed.
Coming from the place where the base was.
Yep, wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And so, in the game for the 76ers, they've got Robinson. Young is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Williams. And it's Burks in at the point. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin, J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling The defensive glass, getting the missed most shots and getting their offense back in gear.
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid.
The 76ers again can't hit it. Johnson against Burks. From 13, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Williams. Horford comes in for Young. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Burks. Then for the Spurs, Hernan Gomez is checked in for Medu. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Korkmaz. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Lonnie Walker. Passes it to VanVleet. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Richardson outside. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in. Osman's got the lead up to 3 now for the 76ers.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Gobert. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Johnson. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. The 76ers leading by 3.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from the organization.
Pirtle finds Richardson. Outside Robinson. The pass to Horford. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Spurs trail by 3.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
VanVleet with it. He's got 6. Gobert trying to get open. VanVleet with the bucket. VanVleet's got 8 points.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Outside Robinson. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Johnson right side. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Here's Osman. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Philadelphia ahead. They're up by 1. And a chance now to send it. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but you'll be right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The 76ers lead. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. They've got Gobert and Van Vliet out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Hernan Gomez, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
And stolen by Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
No good from Simmons.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
But do you think on average, rookies are having a greater impact on their teams now than in decades past?
I really don't think so, Kevin. You can go back and look at the numbers historically. Every draft class usually has 6 to 10 rookies that have a significant impact on their respective teams. And of those 10, perhaps 10 or 12, maybe only a few are going to be on playoff teams just because of the nature of the draft. I don't really think that's changed tremendously over the decades.
Outside Leonard. 6 to shoot. And there it is for him. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's Burks. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
The offensive rebound, Leonard, and the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got his second basket of the night.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Now, here's Burks. Not a lot of room. Empty that time from Leonard.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Gobert finds Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pass to Medu. Three-pointer on the way. Offensive rebound. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. Now it's a 5-point Spurs lead.
Boy, I think they've lost their intensity. I mean, the defensive pressure is lacking this half.
Burks on the wing. Covered by Van Vliet. Three-pointer, Crowder. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. An assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that. A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Williams is checked in. Leonard kicks to Gobert. Fades. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for it, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4 on 5 when they're on offense, with him on the floor, is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
In the corner, Crowder with it. To the inside. It's stolen by Gobert.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
He kicks to Forbes. Connects on the 17-footer. Forbes has got his first 2 points of the night, and we've watched 3 so far in this one. Spurs out in front. They finish off the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Williams is out there with Pirtle, and it's Osman in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Ben Simmons. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded by Simmons. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hernan Gomez. Just 5 on the clock. Feeds it to Leonard. Count that one.
And they shot just over 30% in that first half. Not what they were looking for, obviously, but they're getting much better looks here since halftime and have brought that percentage up.
Here's Simmons. Drops in the layup for 2. Simmons got 4 points this quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. At the top of the key, Hernan Gomez. From deep. The shot, no good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year.
Wow, as he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
San Antonio calls timeout. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Checked in for Philadelphia. Spurs also with the sub. Van Vliet's checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
And the Spurs making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Shot from the wing. They get it back. Spurs leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good that time. Good work defensively by Horford. Richardson attacking. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is. And he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Gobert, and Pirtle sends it back. Here's Osman. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Richardson the pass to Simmons. Kicks it to Horford. missing the go-ahead bucket. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Spurs. They lead by 1. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound by the 76ers. Simmons left side. And Simmons slams it in.
Really like how Simmons commands the ball, especially in key moments.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're down by 1. 1:21 left to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And he's got to be thrilled with how well he shot the ball, Kevin. Good on almost 60% of his shots. That's what I call an efficient performance. And a team loves having someone that dependable they can rely on.
Burks, he's checked in for the 76ers. Here's Leonard, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 1. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Simmons. Horford trying to free himself up.
Hey, when the game is tight and snug, Simmons rises to the occasion, effortlessly capitalizing when his team desperately needs him to do so.
Leonard inside. Good!
Boy, and just look at what Leonard is doing.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Simmons left side. It drops.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Out to the wing. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. It falls!
You know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're behind by 1. There's 25 seconds left in the game. There's 25 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. He knocks down the clutch free throw.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
23 seconds left in the fourth. Outside, Simmons. Oh, no good. San Antonio calls timeout. The score is tied at 37. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. Yes!
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
And so it's San Antonio who scrape by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching. a big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. So the next starting five. Wilson Jr. out there with Durant. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Irving at the point guard. And for the Jazz, they've got Bledsoe. Aaron Baines out there with Collins. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Conley in at the 2 guard. Now here's Conley. Pass to Baines. It's Bogdanovic on the wing. Conley for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovic. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There is worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
Now here is Hardaway. Bogdanovic missing his last shot. The pass to Durant. Now here's Towns. Clock at 6. Basket counts.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to stop Karl Anthony Towns when he's looking to score. He's got every trick at his arsenal.
Bledsoe looking it over. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Hardaway, no good.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Conley dishes to Collins. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Durant. Irving against Bledsoe. Out to Hardaway. Pass to Towns. It's Durant on the wing. From downtown. That one's not going to go. Now the Jazz take it the other way. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Now Irving following the three-point attempt by Eric Bledsoe. And that one's good, Irving.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team can be. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Now Irving following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. KD looking around. Takes the three. Irving can't get it to go. And so it's Bogdanovic who brings up the ball for the Jazz. It's good.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovic showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Irving against Bledsoe. Outside Durant, fires the three. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Bledsoe outside. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Boy, guys, I don't know who feels the contact more, Bledsoe or the defender.
Pass to Chandler. He dishes it to Durant. Rebound, Utah. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Here's Graham. And Baines pulls it down.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Conley's shot is off. Now Graham. On the wing, Irving. Over Conley. No good with the wing jumper. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Jazz lead by 1. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Moutier out there with Batum. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's Giles in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group right now for Utah.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And you look at the cast-offs that have found success in Brooklyn, Doris, a great part of the Nets story.
And I think what the players appreciate is the team that gave them their first real shot to play significant minutes. That buy-in and urge to prove themselves a part of what makes their culture special.
Here's Giles. Following the bucket by the Nets. Towns with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much.
The big cat climbs up and flushes it home.
Batum with the ball. Here's Giles. And stolen by Graham. An even 3-on-3 break. Claxton with the bucket. Now it's a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Now here's Moutier. Graham defending. Shot clock at 5. Here's Moutier. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Here's Graham, defended by Batum. Towns, the pass to Monk. Ripped away. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
We can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Moutier, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
1:51 left here in the second.
Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. The Nets making a switch here. Harris finds Irving. Down low. Here's Claxton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Claxton's got 6 points in the quarter.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Bogdanovich. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bogdanovich has got his first points of the night. And Doris, what is it, do you think, about Quinn Snyder that gives rise to that respect?
Well, you think think about it. He played the game at a high level, of course, collegiately at Duke. He has paid his dues as a coach. He's got tremendous intellect for the game. And there's this growth mindset with him. He's always looking at himself. How can I get better?
Here's Bledsoe. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Bledsoe kicks to Conley. A beautiful reverse layup. Conley's got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
That's their third straight make off an assist. And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Well, you're trying to end the quarter the right way. It takes awareness and it takes discipline.
Passes to Claxton. A second chance effort. Shot's good by Durant. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
Well, how about the persistence of KD? He knows he has the size and the reach to keep those possessions alive.
Outside Conley. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. KD dishes to Irving. That one a little long. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Nets leading by just 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with the coach.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good action during the period. Thanks for joining us.
Finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Utah trailing here. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
And here is Conley. He has 5. To the paint. Outside for Bledsoe. Durant against Bogdanovich. Clock at 4. Elbow shot is on the way. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut back down to 2 points on the basket from Mike Conley.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Inside. Count it, and the foul. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage points from inside.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the night.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Harry Giles is checked in for Aaron Baines. Ilyasova comes in for John Collins. George Niang, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's KD after Eric Bledsoe's score. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Eric Bledsoe. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
Now, here's Monk, defended by Batum, and the pass to Towns. Chandler trying to free himself up, and it's Towns missing. Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Mudiay, and the layup falls. Moutier's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Emmanuel Mudiay, that kind of shot will up your field goal percentage, gentlemen.
Monk, the pass to Graham. He feeds it to Chandler. It's deflected, and he recovers it. Yes, that goes in. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now here's Moutier. Defense right on him. And he banks in the layup. Moutier's got 6.
Well, really good job taking the initiative in the pick and roll. Moutier playing smart right now.
Graham, the pass to Chandler. To the middle. Here's Towns. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pass to Niang. Back to Giles. He kicks it to Moutier. Shoots over Graham. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. That's now 8 points for Emmanuel Mudiay. Brooklyn leading by 3. Now Graham. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Durant. Here's Towns. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
And the Jazz call time here.
Boy, when you think about the skill that Karl Anthony Towns has, you realize he's just getting started in the league. His future is truly off the charts. By the midpoint of his career, we could be talking about him as one of the most skilled big men to ever play the game.
Harris is checked in for Wilson Chandler. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Bledsoe passes to Baines. Now here's Bledsoe. Graham defending. The Jazz with another miss. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Nets. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Moves back up. And it's Durant laying it in. KD's got 4 points this quarter.
I think your best option defensively is to try to keep the ball out of Durant's hands, because if he's that close, he will convert.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Bledsoe gets to Conley. The dish now to Bogdanovich. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
With 1 on the clock, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. The third quarter comes to a close. Nets lead by 5. And right after this, we'll bring you this. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game, presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Aaron Baines. Collins is out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Conley, and it's Bledsoe in at the 1. Here's Towns. Hits that one. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket. Towns has got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets. Now here's Bledsoe. Dishes it to Baines. Bledsoe against and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, Bledsoe with the kind of strength and wingspan that can cause trouble inside. Draws the foul there.
And the Utah fans known league-wide for their passion.
This is a very tough place to get a win on the road, Greg. You know that as well as anyone. You've got the elevation, second highest in the league, and as you mentioned, those fans are loud, proud, and passionate.
Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
He'll take on all comers. Bledsoe loves to challenge the defense on the interior.
Irving looking for an opening. Outside Durant. 6 on the shot clock. Left block shot on the way. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, you just have to sit back sometimes and admire the shooting form of Kevin Durant. Shoulders squared, body straight, pre-shot preparation perfect.
And Bledsoe, here we go. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Oh, sizzling from the field this half, and that's after a shaky start.
Brooklyn leading by 5. Irving passes to KD. Releases. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
14 feet away. Conley's shot is off.
And they're controlling boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Harris outside. To the paint. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
Conley against Hardaway. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Misses for 3.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
But how about Kevin Durant on the dribble drive? What to do with this guy? He's got so many ways he can hurt you.
Hardaway against Conley. And the shot goes in.
It works well there. Not much resistance on the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're up by 9. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said, this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. Let's see if they were listening, guys.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Out to the right wing. Here's Bledsoe. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
This is a high-octane guy who plays with a little bit of a mean streak. Bledsoe converts right through the foul, plus earns a trip to the line.
And so it's Irving who brings it up for Brooklyn. They've led by as many as 11 points. The tray. Can't hit that one. The Jazz go the other way with it.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Durant against Bogdanovich. Irving from long range. Drops in the tray. And the Nets lead by 9.
Now don't sleep on Kyrie Irving's perimeter game. Yes, he can get inside and score at will, but boy, you better check that jumper.
And the Jazz call time here. They're trailing by 9. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Up top, Moutier. The rebound by the Nets.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Got that one up quick. And now it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Off the left rim and out. Here is Cook. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.